first began learning about the concept of mindfulness, my mind was literally blown. I couldn't believe it. Wait, my thoughts aren't real? Nothing exists outside of this present moment? All of my worries, fears, and anxieties come from leaving reality and revisiting stories from the past or illusions of the future? I was truly blown away. Up till that point, I believed every thought that popped up on the screen of my mind, and I dealt with the corresponding stress chemicals in my body. By dealing, I mean I used lots of drugs and alcohol and excessive amounts of food and felt near constant anxiety or depression if I didn't, or even if I did. Now, of course, our thoughts aren't all bad. We need them to function in the world, and we do occasionally have some frightening things to deal with in life. But that's not the majority of moments. And dealing with a situation in the moment is very different than chronically worrying and stressing when we are completely safe in the present moment. We also might have authentic emotions in our bodies that need to be acknowledged, welcomed, and released so that we can return to presence. But again, that's different than stressing, anxiously worrying, or ruminating. When we leave reality and take the haunted house ride that many of our minds tend to take us on, it's not our fault. We've been programmed, but we do have choice. And if we want peace, we must choose to question our unpleasant, unkind, stressful thoughts. I don't know about you, but when I'm watching TV, if a show comes on that's really unpleasant to me, I change the channel. Or I turn the TV off altogether. And yet our thoughts can be so enticing. We can get lost in their trance for hours, days, even years before learning and remembering that we have the options to change the channel or quiet the mind. It's fascinating to me that our thoughts are not real, yet they can cause stress, panic, chronic anxiety, depression, and stress hormones to flood our bodies, all due to something that's not actually real. We can't literally show our thoughts to anyone. We can't see them. We can't pull them out of our minds and put them in our pockets or a drawer because they're not real. And yet they can feel so real and so powerful. It's mind-blowing to me that nothing exists outside of this moment. And yet, if most of us let our minds do their thing, they would live in the past and the future most of the time. But because you want peace, and you are here right now, you have choice. Every moment, we have the choice. And if we realize that our minds have left the property, we can gently reel them back to reality and soothe our nervous systems into a state of calm.